Hmm. So, on an absolute level, you are not the body. Your mind may already know this, but what do you do with that? In some way, when I say you are not the body, there's almost a zooming out that wants to happen, a detachment in a way, which is valid. But what's equally valid is the question, is a new question. Well, if I'm not the body, what is this thing? It certainly seems like I'm the body. That's what everybody else naturally thinks. So you're saying I'm right in knowing that I'm not the body, but all these other billions of people are incorrect. That's kind of, in a way, seems to be there. So the question is, if I'm not the body, what the hell is it? What the hell is this? It follows me around. It seems to in my waking state. And that's where you need to balance detachment, which I think a lot of people can get out of not Bhagavan necessarily, but the kind of the Indian enlightened movement. It sort of points. It seems to point a little more towards that truth of detachment that's very valid. But the truth of this, and it's paradoxical, but it's the intimacy. It's the going into it, going in to figure out, and maybe you don't have to figure it out, but to at least be curious. Like there's a certain like you're off the hook by saying I'm not the body. I don't need to worry about it. There's a certain that can come with that. But this is, you could say, the spiritual bypassing because it's true on a mental level. But what's not true is the mind itself. And yeah, so I am not the body. This zoomed out thing is okay, but you also need to go real into it. You need to, there's a certain finality to I am not the body that the one that wants to detach, that thinks it's fair to detach, um, it's like a letting them off the hook. Oh, finally, but it's not that. And it's paradoxical. I'm not going to say totally what it is because it isn't. But go into your body if you're drawn to this, coming in contact with the nothingness, the unconditional love, the pure acceptance of space, for instance, the space that's in front of me. Now my head's in the space and it accepts it fully. Now this ball's in the space, it accepts it fully. This is kind of the nature of unconditional love, is just an utter acceptance. But there's something, the I guess the contrast of the nothingness, like space, is the everything. The what if it was everything? What if I'm willing to go into this as if it was everything? Grounding, you might say. You're going to want the polarity. You're going to want both of these if you're really balanced in reality. Um, one more thing I'll say is that if you're truly for self-realization, you probably have some approaches to it that you find serve you: meditation, Bhagavan, different books, whatever your book you're reading at the moment that's your current interest. Stay with these. Be passionate about them, and notice if you're not. Notice if you don't want to be doing them. It's okay. Just be honest with yourself. So that's one thing. But the other thing is all the other stuff that you are attached to, for lack of a better term. I have a business. I have a bodywork business that it's not full. I'm trying to grow it. It's valuable to me. It's interesting to me in some way. But is that true? Are you devoting yourself to it? Am I trying to grow? Am I doing what I know needs to be done? It's almost like you want to exhaust yourself in these things. Like you want to, not to the point of not having space in your life, but whatever these couple things that are left for you, you want to make sure you're going into them, not away from them. That's kind of what I was getting on with the beginning of this, is that you can think the answer to self-realization is the detachment, is this sensation of being, resting as awareness, because it's available to you now. You're already doing it, and you can think more of that is what the answer is. Going more into what you care about is going to be the answer, and at some point you might realize you don't care about it. You thought that this is what I cared about, but the only way you're going to figure that out is if you dive in head first, and you really let yourself figure that out in a way that's unmistakable. And then self-realization might be the thing that remains. And once it's really what remains, it's yours. So don't pretend like you don't care about things that you do care about. Care about them so much. Go into them so heavily. And heavy is maybe not the right word, but really authentically go into them. As well as your self-realization. Go into that, whatever the proportions are. Find what feels right for you now. But don't think the nothingness is the answer, because it's equally as much the something, the willingness to go into something. It's the paradox. It's not, self-realization is not what your mind thinks it is. It's a balancing. It's being authentic to yourself.